In Revelation chapter 22, verse 20, John made a prayerful request as he laid down the pen of inspiration and closed the divine book. He said, "Come, Lord Jesus." In spite of its emphasis in the New Testament, the second coming is the subject of much confusion and skepticism. The confusion is the result of man's speculation and not God's revelation. An honest and thorough study of what the Scriptures say about the second coming will separate fact from fiction. In the first century, there were those who scoffed at the idea of Jesus' coming. According to 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4, they argued, where is the promise of his coming? They stated that all things have continued just as they were from the beginning of creation, and they erroneously concluded that since there had been no catastrophic change in the events of history to indicate something major like the second coming, it wasn't going to happen. Peter refuted these mockers by reminding them that just as there was a major interruption in history with the flood, there will be one at the second coming. Only this time, the heavens and earth will be destroyed by fire. 2 Peter chapter 2, verses 5 through 7. Man must not be lulled into indifference and conclude that Christ is not coming again. According to 2 Peter chapter 2, verses 8 through 9, God has his own timetable from which he operates. In Matthew chapter 25, verse 31, Jesus described his second coming as a glorious event at which angels will accompany him. In John chapter 14, verses 1 through 3, he told his disciples that he was leaving them for a while in order to prepare a place for them, but he would return and receive them to himself. In Luke chapter 12, verse 40, Jesus warned that he was coming at an unexpected hour. Therefore, we should live in constant preparation, lest we be caught off guard. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 1 through 6. Several of the Lord's parables point to his second coming. In Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 through 30, tares among the wheat were allowed to grow together until the time of harvest. At that time, the separation would take place, and the tares would be bundled up and burned, but the wheat would be gathered into the barn. In verses 47 through 50, he told of a dragnet being cast into the sea and gathering all kinds of fish. Some would be discarded, while others would be kept. He said his second coming would be like that. There will be a separation of the righteous from the wicked. In Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 through 13, Jesus compared the kingdom of heaven to 10 virgins who waited for the bridegroom to make his appearance. 5 were wise because they made advance preparation for the unexpected appearance of the bridegroom, while the 5 foolish virgins did not. When the bridegroom came, the wise virgins were prepared to attend the wedding feast, but the foolish virgins were left out. This parable portrays how it will be at the Lord's second coming. The wise prepare for it and are ready regardless of when it shall occur. The foolish, on the other hand, are not attentive to its eventuality and are careless with their opportunities. They reason within themselves that they have enough time and there's no need to make any commitments.